NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From State Farm Arena, tonight it's the Atlanta Hawks taking on the Boston Celtics. Tatum. His first effort off the mark. Count the basket at the rim.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Celtics have it. Trying to cash in. That's usually one that he'll knock down. Jay, I'm going to say that you don't know this, but since 1980, the Hawks have drafted only 4 players to have appeared in the All-Star game. Doc Rivers, Kevin Willis, Al Horford, and Jeff Teague.
Well, how about a guy named Dominique Wilkins? I'm sorry.
Oh, well, interesting that you'd ask. Dominique Wilkins was actually selected by the Utah Jazz. Here's a chance from long range.
To number 11. That's his first personal foul.
And he connects on the first free throw. Second and 3 is good. And he hits all 3 free throws. To Trae Young.
Here we go.
The drive right to the basket. It's good and one.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. The lead is up to 5. Ball's controlled by Boston. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To Trae Young from long range. It's Cantor with the board. Hayward. Here comes the screen. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Missed it. Knocks it down from mid-range.
When I played, and I see guys do this all the time, when you shoot, the target isn't the basket. The target is actually before you even go into the shot. The target are your hands defensively. If your hands are down and you give me clear vision towards the bucket, that shot's definitely going up.
To Cantor. Count the basket.
The assist from number 20, Gordon Hayward.
And they call it.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 2.
Oh, yeah, me and you, me and you. Ball.
From the painted area, won't go down. To Cantor. And it's Cantor. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Runner here. Won't go down. Walker with the basketball. up by 3. Lets it fly from long range. Double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that 3.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
Whistle stops play. Timeout here for Atlanta as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Time for some new personnel into the game. Collison. Knocked loose. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Jason Tatum. So this remains Hawks basketball. Jabari Parker rocking the rim.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
The assist from number 53.
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. To Collison. Nothing going here on that drive. Rebound pulled in by Hayward. Boston with the basketball. To Cantor. And it's Cantor. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
To Parker. Collison, it's good with no defender in sight.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Into the front court comes Collison. They're down 3. To Parker. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim, short. Oh, you could sense that coming.
There is a premium market for players with that type of hand-eye coordination.
Collison to Allen Crabbe. Nothing going here on that drive. Gets a look. Can't hit. Gets it in the right corner. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Driving right to the basket. Beyond the arc for 3. He made his first effort, but not that time. To Kemba Walker. He's looking for that touch.
And so much of the shot is before the shot even occurs. As a defense, make him do things he's uncomfortable with. Stay up on him, make him catch the ball outside of his comfort zone.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
I see this happen all the time. It used to happen to me. Sometimes an easy offense allows more effort to translate to the defensive end.
For 3.
To number 14, Darren Collison. That's his first personal foul. Team foul.
First free throw is good. Knocks down the second free throw. And he missed it. 2 for 3 on this trip. Cruises inside for 2.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
4-3. Off the mark. No good. knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Shemi Ojale trying to cash in on a three-point play. Numbers not in his favor, 61% for his career. Free throw good as he completes the three-point play. The lead is up to 6. Trae Young. And the basket good at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Cantor. And it's Cantor. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
To Trae Young. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. His first quarter struggles from deep continue. It's no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
It's Atlanta ball. And Jay, they call the foul.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Substitutions at left. Into the game for Boston, number 27.
Trae Young to Allen Crabbe. Enes Kanter. Huge block. Picked up. Here we go. Add 2 points to the board.
You know, Ed, people don't understand. Tough shots are practiced every single day. With all these different contraptions out there to contest your shot, guys shoot 500 made shots a day. This is the new norm.
Rocking the rim. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Number 37, Shemi Ojale.
Down low for Len. It's a big finish.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
John Collins with a piece. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by a Hawk. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. And now
Into the game for Boston, number 1. Subbing in for
Collison.
number 51.
The jab step opens up space to knock down the jumper.
Oh man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Collison into the front court. They trail by 1. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
To Walker. Here's a chance from long range. No good. That's great defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
spins and scores.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Goes reverse to lay it in.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To Kemba Walker. Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
He showed that he had great chemistry with his teammates on that shot. Keep getting him good looks, and the one will just keep scoring.
And he'll go to the foul line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Darren Collison at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. First one, count it. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Walker. From long range.
To number 14, Darren.
First one goes down.
Shot, bro.
And he hits the second. Hits all 3 free throws. Here's Atlanta. Collison. Probing the defense.
Shot going up. Box out, box out.
Deep 2 there. Won't go.
One ball. Watch the cutter, man.
Layup goes down. Well done.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
Now the Hawks coach gonna call a timeout as he'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter.
I got ball.
Collison. They get it down to Turner. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
The pass set it all up.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Here's Atlanta with the basketball.
I got ball.
Collison takes stock of the floor. The Hawks with 4 to shoot. Shot by Turner won't go. Across the timeline, it's Walker. It's an 8-point lead.
Got some for him.
He gets it.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
And count the basket.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Scores from the post.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Has a chance. The shot by Parsons, no good. Got it.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Into the front court comes Collison. Down 12. Rebound taken by Parsons. Collison into the front court. Down a dozen. Deep right corner. Collison. Wide open look, won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Mo Wagner at the line. First try, no good. Good bounce back, hits his second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. To Walker.
Don't let him split. Don't let him split.
Going to launch beyond the arc. It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
He's most definitely got the hot hand behind the three-point arc. Anytime your first-round pick is shooting like this, your GMs and owners just sit back and smile.
Screen coming.
Hey, double
Count it.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
It goes down.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Walker into the front court. The lead is 12. Hawks have it. Collison. Jason Tatum rejects it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Lays it up and in.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Hawks with the basketball.
I'm on D.
Sizing up the defense. Here comes the screen. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Kemba Walker is going to get a chance at three here. A career 83% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first.
There it is. It's like practice.
Second of three, got it. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. To Collison. Down for Collins. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. To Kemba Walker. Lets it fly from long range. Can't defend it any better. Kemba Walker misses. Into the front court comes Collison. His guys currently down by 13. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Taking advantage of the defender. Nice ball fake.
Ed, here's a next level comment for you. K-Walk is one of the rare guys in the league today that blurs the lines between the streets and the league.
To Parker.
Watch cutter.
The shot almost. To Hayward. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Collison. Knocked loose. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Celtics have it. Deep left corner. To Hayward. Not today.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
1 minute left in the second quarter.
To Cantor. And his Cantor above the rim. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
The Hawks will use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
To Allen Crabbe. Fires the 3. Rebound hauled in by the Celtics. To Cantor. Hawks come up with it. A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out.
Just the thought of coming into the lane amongst the trees, that shot was altered before he even took it.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Kemba Walker at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. And he can't convert the free throw. Has a look. Add 2 points to the board.
It's plain and it's simple. The difference between a winning team and a losing organization is the fact that their ability to finish plays. You have to find a way defensively to finish these type of plays to win this game.
Now a steal by Atlanta.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Celtics entered the locker room with a comfortable lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring. The Hawks were unable to find an offensive flow in the opening half. They
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a... Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Beyond the arc for three. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
When a rookie starts to believe that he not only can play, but more importantly, he belongs, nights like this become more and more common.
To Parker. For three, at long last. He missed his first 5 attempts from beyond the arc, but he gets that one to go.
Welcome to psychological warfare, provided he's not taking bad shots. But if I were the defense, I would let him keep shooting it. Make him think about it a little bit more.
And coasting in for 2.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Lock up. Here you come.
Trae Young to Allen Crabbe. Here comes the screen. Got a piece.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Kemba Walker. Five to shoot for Atlanta. 4-3. Trae Young bothered just enough there.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
It's the Hawks with the basketball. And he buries it.
There's a natural tendency when you guard a right dominant hand player to send him left. But for a guy who's a good mid-range shooter, that's wrong. His pace dribble is his left hand. Force him to go right and know that the chances are higher of him trying to drive and attack the rim. That's knowing the scouting.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Jabari Parker trying to cash in on the 3-point play. A career 74% free throw shooter. Into the front court, it's Walker. His guys leading by 14. To Cantor. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
And hits the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. Trae Young to Parker. Jabari Parker. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
To Parker. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
One of the most understated things a player can do for himself after having a poor first half performance, spending some time alone and saying positive words of affirmation. I like that you did that. Now you're on your way.
Doesn't get the bounce.
And the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Hawks have it. Not that end up putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Here's a chance from long range. Great defense, forcing the miss. To Parker. Trae Young lays it in.
You see, Ed, skill levels at this game are at an all-time high. Inside-out threats are tough. You got to make it hard for him to actually catch the ball in those higher percentage areas.
And he finishes at the rim.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Parker to Trae Young. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. To Hayward. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Gordon Hayward at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 82%. One free throw up and good. The lead now 14. Trae Young. Nice pass to set things up.
He was so wide open. Pretty much looked like a deer staring into the headlights. Last resort, but still, points on the board.
Nice finish at the rim.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
And scores. Strong take.
This is basketball one-on-one. Play inside out. Give the big man the ball, and the rest of the court will open up. That was an easy lay.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Cantor trying to cash in on the three-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Off the mark on his free throw. It's Atlanta ball. Trae Young to Parker. Fires the three. Trae Young able to knock it down. Tough shot with the hand in his face.
Absolutely the right mentality coming out after halftime. That's what you do during halftime. You reset, you recalibrate, you come out and you attack like the first never happened.
Tough shot there for Jaylen Brown. No good. To Trae Young. Parker from long range. Too easy. Defense has to communicate.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Here's Atlanta. Trae Young to Parker. Going to launch beyond the arc. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ballgame is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want.
Parker. Deep two there, won't go. To Hayward. Cashes in for two.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
To Trae Young. Short jumper off the mark. And count the basket inside.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Here's Atlanta with the basketball. Trae Young to Parker.
You can do it.
Wide open look, won't go. To Jaylen Brown. And a nice finish at the rim.
And I'll never forget one of my first games playing as a rookie with the Bulls. I talked to Steve Nash, and Steve Nash always used to tell me, the more you come out and you get your teammates involved, the easier it will be for you to score down the stretch. Think about it. You come out, you get 7, 8 quick assists, then a ball fake on the next possession. He bit, easy layup.
Count the bucket for 2.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Lets it fly from long range. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off 3-point shots.
Coming through.
Trae Young to Allen Crabbe. And counted at the rim.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Celtics have it. Over and back. The opposing coach is going to counter. Make some changes of his own. Trae Young to Collison. To Trae Young. Trying to cash in. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Nice pass to get things going.
You hear coaches talk all the time about passing the ball on time and on target. As a passer myself, if I can deliver the ball to you in a position where I cannot give you options to think, but just go up and make the play easy, that's a win-win.
And the finish at the rim.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
To Collison. Oh, he had him there for a second. Trae Young. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle. To Jaylen Brown. Fires the 3. Can't connect. Trae Young to Collison. And he's going to the line to shoot.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Trae Young, a couple of free throws on the way. Hasn't missed yet. And he connects on the first free throw. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. To Jaylen Brown. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
To Trae Young. Beyond the arc for 3. Not getting the bounce. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
To Trae Young. For 3. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
with the basketball.
Oh, yeah, it's me and you. Me and you.
Has a chance. Add 2 points to the board.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
To Jaylen Brown. 4-3. Won't go down. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Enes Kanter sends it away. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Long heave from 3/4 court. 3/4 down, the Celtics own a comfortable lead. Hawks with the basketball to start this 4th quarter. They're looking up at a big margin, and that, Jay, should...
From the start, let's do it. Substitutions. Boston. Into the game for the Atlanta Hawks.
Easy path to the rim.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Jabari Parker, 4 out of 7.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
It's the Hawks with the basketball. Parker to Trae Young. Probing the defense. Parker misfires. Slams it home on the putback.
There you go, big fella.
Here's a chance from long range. Rebound taken by Parker. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? That one's going to be out of bounds. Collison into the front court. Trailing by 15. Jason Tatum swats it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Enes Kanter tips it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Flushes it home.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
To Kanter. That pass stolen by the Hawks.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And a pass stolen by Boston. And scores at the basket. Jay, tough recovery that time.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Collison, it's good with no defender in sight.
We love to break this game down analytically. We even love to break it down more psychologically. But sometimes it's just about settling into the game. Seemed like in the first half, things were rushed. Now we finally see them have their composure and their poise.
front court comes Collison. 14-point deficit. Trae Young to Parker. The Hawks with 4 to shoot. Collison. He was all over him.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Gets to the basket and scores.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Hawks have it.
Pick up. Match up.
To Trae Young. Count the basket inside.
I don't think these kind of shots are tough for Trae Young. You see, he's always been the smallest guy on the court, so he's had to finish through the trees. He's a lot tougher than he gets credit for.
Parker with it. Trailing by 14. Fires the three. He's had a good shooting performance, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
Yeah, no one else pretty much helped out. As a coach, I will be irate that nobody helped pick up the slack. Look, one man can never beat 5.
Buries it.
They got him in the first round to do exactly that. Make tough shots and help them win games.
Trae Young to Parker. Collison. Darren Collison shakes free from a tough matchup and buries it.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
It's Atlanta ball. Collison buries the three. He's too good to leave that open.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
It's a victory here for the Celtics as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
The Celtics. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.